Launched as a successor to the Galaxy S21 FE, this phone right here, the Galaxy S23 FE, has some big shoes to fill. I mean, not only has this phone has the pressure to fill the greatness, to match the greatness of its predecessor, but it also has to face some really cutthroat competition in the Indian smartphone market. One of these solid competitors to the Galaxy S23 FE is the OnePlus 11 5G, which nowadays, because of offers and price drops, is selling at almost the same price as the Galaxy S23 FE. First up, a quick look at the key specifications of both phones head to head, and there are some notable differences between both phones. Like the Galaxy here has a full HD Plus AMOLED screen versus the Quad HD Plus screen AMOLED panel on the OnePlus 11. Both phones are also powered by a 4nm chipsets, although the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 is newer and technically faster than Exynos 2200 inside the Galaxy S23 FE. Finally, the Samsung phone has a 4500 mAh battery versus a larger 5000 mAh battery under the hood of the OnePlus device. So does the bigger 5000 mAh battery inside the OnePlus 11 have the clear-cut advantage, or is the 4500 mAh battery paired with the Exynos 2200 chipset efficient enough to go head-to-head? Let's find out. Hello everyone, I'm Ania for Fiiber, and this is the 6-hour battery drain test and performance comparison between the Galaxy S23 FE and the OnePlus 11. But of course guys, before I tell you everything about these smartphones in this video, consider hitting that red subscribe button for detailed tech videos, and also turn on the bell so that you don't miss any of our latest updates. With that said, let's get started. As always, we start off the video by booting both devices, and both of them are very fast at it, with the Samsung being slightly faster here than the OnePlus 11. So for this test, we have set the display and audio levels at 50%. Vivid color profiles are set on both. I have enabled 120Hz refresh rate on both smartphones, and of course, they are connected to the same Wi-Fi network, and both phones are 100% charged. We start off with the 2-hour YouTube video playback, and straight away you must think that the OnePlus 11's display is not as bright and colorful as the S23 FE's. Well, I would say that I really like the curved AMOLED display on the OnePlus 11, and as a matter of fact, despite it being set at vivid color profile, I think the OnePlus 11's display outputs natural looking colors and tones. Plus, I also found the contrast to be just the right amount in the imagery. But admittedly, the Galaxy S23 FE here has higher peak brightness at 1450 nits versus 1300 nits on the OnePlus 11. And even at manual 50% brightness, it clearly shows that between the two, the S23 FE does output richer colors and better brightness. Of course, the colors do tend to fall on the saturated spectrum, but I guess most folks are going to go here with the display of the Galaxy S23 FE. What do you guys think? In my opinion, the Galaxy S23 FE's display is pretty visually appealing, but I am going to stick with the more natural looking output of the OnePlus 11's display. Okay, 2 hours of YouTube video playback is done and dusted, and currently the OnePlus 11 is in the lead with 89% battery left, while the Galaxy S23 FE is left with 85% battery. Okay, on to the video recording round, and I will now record 1080p 60 FPS videos from both smartphones, and while the devices are at it, a quick look at the camera specifications. The Galaxy S23 FE features a 50 megapixel primary rear camera with OIS coupled with a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera, an 8 megapixel telephoto camera, and a 10 megapixel selfie snapper. For videos, the rear camera supports up to 8K 24 FPS recording, while the front camera supports up to 4K 60 FPS recording. On the other hand, the OnePlus 11 also features a 50 megapixel primary camera with OIS coupled with a 48 megapixel ultra wide angle camera, a 32 megapixel telephoto camera, and a 16 megapixel selfie snapper. Now for videos, the rear camera supports up to 4K 60 FPS recording, while the front supports only up to 1080p 30 FPS recording. Now here are some of the comparison photos of both the Galaxy S23 FE and a OnePlus 11 on your screens. Now to know in depth about the camera performance of both phones, be sure to check out the individual reviews. But to tell you my opinion in just about one line, I think both phones here are superb when it comes to clicking still photos, but when it comes to video recording, Samsung does have the advantage here over the OnePlus. Anyway, we are now done with the 1 hour of 1080p video recording as well. 3 hours have gone into the test, and the OnePlus 11 is still in the lead with 71% battery. However, the Samsung did manage to close the gap in between by a little bit. it is now sitting at 69% battery. Okay, now it's the time for the real test, as we will run an hour of benchmarks from here. Now, in terms of raw hardware, the Galaxy S23 FE is powered by the Exynos 2200 chip coupled with 8GB LPDDR5 RAM and up to 256GB UFS 3.1 storage. On the other hand, the OnePlus 11 is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip coupled with up to faster 12GB LPDDR5X RAM and up to 256GB faster UFS 4.0 storage. And you know, the difference actually shows up in the scores also. So here the Galaxy S23 FE scores brilliantly well with a 417,000 score in GPU. I think this is very good, but the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 takes it to a whole different level with a 1.55 million total score and a mind-boggling 605,000 score in a GPU. This is insanity. Similarly, in Geekbench 6 also, almost 2000 in single core and almost 5300 in multi-core shows how powerful the 8 Gen 2 chip is than the Exynos 2200, despite both chips being built on the same 4nm fabrication process. In the 3D Mark Extreme Wildlife Stress Test, our score of 3000 plus is very good, something that the OnePlus 11 easily achieves here. And finally, in the CPU throttle test too, both phones performed well, but when it comes to the average chips, once again, the 8 Gen 2 chip does have the advantage here over the Exynos 2200. Now here's a quick breakdown of the benchmarks on your screens right now. You can pause and take a look. So how much do these benchmarks numbers translate into the real world? Well, I will tell you everything about it, but first, the battery statistics after 4 hours gone into the test, and the benchmarks took a good toll on the batteries of both smartphones here. The OnePlus 11 is still in the lead with 36% battery, while the Galaxy S23 FE is now left with 32% battery. So in terms of benchmarks, the OnePlus 11 performed better than the Galaxy S23 FE, and even when it comes to playing graphics intensive games, once again, the OnePlus 11 turned out to be better in my testing. So this game on your screens, Asphalt 9, while it ran without any hiccups on the OnePlus 11, I did encounter noticeable frame drops and stutters on the Galaxy S23 FE, but something even more graphics intensive than this, such as when I tested Genshin Impact on both phones. I would say with the OnePlus 11, the experience was very good as I was able to play it in 60 FPS, but same on the Galaxy S23 FE, to get an optimal experience in Genshin Impact, I had to dial down the graphics to low with FPS set to 30 FPS. As for thermal management, over prolonged sessions, both phones do get warm, but they also cool down pretty fast thanks to the large vapor cooling systems inside both of them. You see, the Galaxy S23 FE can handle gaming, but overall, when it comes to being the better one at gaming among the two, it is surely the OnePlus 11. As for the battery stats after 5 hours gone into the test, well, at this point, I'm not even sure whether these phones will make it to the last of this test. But for what it's worth, the OnePlus 11 is still in the lead with 18% battery left, while the Galaxy S23 FE is left with 16% battery. Okay, social media time, and so for an hour from here I will be playing a bunch of reels on both phones, but yes, without keeping you waiting for the final minute, fast forwarding to the 6-hour mark, and to no surprise, the OnePlus 11 finishes first with 11% battery left, while the Galaxy S23 FE finishes with 6% battery left. Here's an hour by hour breakdown of the battery drain of both phones on your screens right now. So, analyzing the results of both phones, despite seeing a back and forth battery drain across segments, there's no doubt that overall the Galaxy S23 FE did turn out to be more battery efficient than the OnePlus 11. But again, the 500 mAh extra battery on the OnePlus 11 will still have an advantage, and with the different people having different mileage according to their usage, the 5000 mAh battery on the OnePlus 11 should last longer than the 4500 mAh battery of the Galaxy S23 FE. Plus, in terms of charging also, the OnePlus 11 charges way faster than the Galaxy S23 FE and also comes with a 100-watt charger in the box. Rest, you guys let me know your thoughts about both these phones in the comments, and also let me know your thoughts about this video. Everything in the comments. And as always, for all the latest in tech, stay tuned to Fiiber. I'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you for watching.